Dude, easy breezy. Man, we're just here to have a good time.
Yes, sir. Alright, welcome everybody
Are we recording?
Yeah.
Like, actually?
Yeah, we'll just record straight away.
Yeah,
we'll
fuck
see.
it.
Yeah.
Alright, okay.
Welcome everybody to a brand new episode of the Coastal Fitness Podcast. And I have one of my favorite guests of all times by my side, and that is Mr. Stephen Hightower. Today, we will be discussing the subject of mobility, and we have a great way to cover that message. Basically, five reasons why you should mobilize daily. And I will give the word to Mr. Stephen Hightower. Do you want to say anything before we start?
Well, first I want to say thank you for having me.
Brother,
You know,
good to see you.
Always good to see you. You always put a smile
Awesome.
on my face.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate you.
I really
having me.
appreciate that. Thank you so much.
What
What do you want to say about mobilizing?
Well, I want to relate this message to what I typically see with our members. I see a lot of sweating, I see a lot of hard work,
Nice.
then I see a towel grabbing right to the showers. And I think that there's a lot of emphasis on strength, but there's not a whole lot of emphasis on the recovery aspect.
Absolutely.
So I wanted to give a couple of reasons today as to why I feel like it's important. 5 reasons. Why it's important to mobilize, not necessarily right after the workout, although I feel it's important, but just in general.
Yes.
And hopefully these reasons resonate, and it kind of gives some people a little bit of a nudge to give themselves some self-love.
Perfect. And I have these 5 reasons listed here.
Yep.
What we could do potentially is I could state the reason, and then you could give more explanation.
Perfect.
Would that work?
Perfect.
Good. So we have 5 great reasons why you should mobilize daily. The first one is to increase your functional capacity. Could you speak more about that?
Okay, functional capacity. So if we're talking about the gym, we're talking about being able to squat, being able to do pull-ups, being able to do push-ups, being able to, run or the assault bike. It's things that you see in the gym.
Yes.
But outside of the gym, what does that mean? You've got activities such as picking up your kids, playing at the park. You've got hiking. Something as simple as hopping on an airplane and putting your luggage in the overhead carrier. All that stuff requires some element of functional movement, which has direct correlation to training at the gym.
Yes.
So the reason number one, why it's important is that if we can prepare ourselves better inside and outside the gym with mobility, then it's going to help us be more fruitful both inside and outside of the gym.
Absolutely. Awesome.
I think it's kind of important. I don't think we covered this.
Yeah.
What the heck does mobility mean?
Yeah, actually, that is a very important thing to start with. Actually,
Yeah.
Right. So should we start with that? Let's do that.
Let's
define
backtrack.
mobility. Yeah. Let's take a step back.
So mobility is kind of a hot word.
Yeah.
When people hear mobility, you'll hear a lot of different words like functional. I'm sorry, not functional. Static flexibility, dynamic flexibility. You'll hear like foam rolling and trigger point and all these fancy words. But the way I like to look at mobility is self-love. Okay, so whatever that means to you, whatever allows you to give yourself 5 to 10 minutes of self-love to your joints, to your muscles, to just help you feel a little bit better the next day, and that's how we're going to define it.
Nice.
And that could be something as simple as static stretching, dynamic stretching, grabbing a foam roller and hitting the hot spots, grabbing a lacrosse ball and putting it in the pack and just loosening up the shoulder. Could be something as simple as just hanging from a bar for a couple of minutes and just getting a little bit longer. Whatever gives you the lowest hanging fruit, the most benefit for the least amount of effort, is a great place to start.
Awesome. So we've defined mobility in a great way, giving your joints and muscles a little bit of love, some attention, right? Our first reason was to increase functional capacity. Second reason is to express full range of motion.
Right.
Why would that be important?
Okay, so I like to use the example of the desk jockey. We're in Hong Kong, a lot of people work at desks. They're sitting at a desk for 10, 12 hours a day. So the positions that they're typically in is knees close to the torso, shoulders scrunched forward, upper spine rounded forward. Yeah, we're desk jockeys, right? we're riding the desk. But you can also look at potentially like a construction worker. Let's just say their job all day is to pick up a sack of concrete and move up a ladder, put it down, go back down. odds are they're picking up with one side, they're going up the ladder, they're putting it down, and they're using the same side of the body to do one action and the other side to do the other. There's no balance, right?
Yes.
So what we're talking about when we're talking about expressing full range of motion is we're in these positions all day long for work. There's not a whole lot that we can do about it, but we do have the opportunity to reset ourselves.
Love
you
that.
know, for example, the person who's a desk jockey, we can help open up the hips a little bit more, open up the thoracic spine, open up the chest, you know, to kind of counteract being at the desk all day. Or you take the construction worker who's in this position all day, well, let's give the other side a little bit of love. Let's strengthen this side a little bit. Let's loosen this side a little bit, you know, whatever that entails, but it's just balancing it out at the end of the day.
Love that metaphor of it's like hitting a reset button.
Yeah, that's a perfect explanation. Hit that reset button at the end of the day.
Love that. So third point, why we should mobilize on a daily basis is because it helps in recovery. Could you delve more into that?
All right, so like I said, time is money, and we don't have, you know, most of us don't have hours and hours to sit and work on mobility as beneficial as I feel that it is. It's just not a reality for a lot of people. So like I said, I like sticking to, you know, somewhere 5 to 10 minutes of some type of targeted work for yourself. And the reason being is, like I said, like I mentioned earlier, you go to the gym, you work really hard, let's just say it's leg day, you've crushed your quads, and then you grab your towel and then you go take a shower. Well, you've now got all this blood flow that's been rushed into your quads, into your glutes, into your hamstrings, and you go grab a shower and it doesn't have the opportunity to move around. Also, after a stressful workout, your joints release these hormones, your body releases hormones to your joints to stiffen up and the muscles to stiffen up. And this is an evolutionary product of your body saying, oh, we're going to be in these positions, we need to be stronger by stiffening up. But that's not necessarily what we want to happen. So that's where mobility comes into play. So you could do foam rolling. You could do some type of static stretch. Whatever kind of targets the area of the body that's been worked, I think that's your best bang for the buck.
Awesome. Great. Next piece, number 4, injury prevention.
Injury prevention. Okay, number 4. So using that desk jockey example, okay? So you got someone who's kind of stuck in this position all day long, hips are closed, shoulders forward, spines rounded, and then we say, hey, it's squat day. Okay, we're going to come in, we're going to do some squats. Their ankles are tight, their knees are tight, their hips are tight. Now we're asking them to go into that position deeper than what they're accustomed to doing. Like they're used to going above parallel in a seated position. Now we're asking them to go deep squat. You know, they don't have the strength, they don't have the range in that extended range of motion. That's a recipe for injury, right? So the idea of injury prevention is, especially the tissues that get worked a lot, whether it be in CrossFit or whatever sport that you do, is giving those tissues and those joints a little bit of extra love, so that way you're not at the gym for 3 weeks, injured for 3 weeks. At the gym again for 3 weeks, injured for 3 weeks. And you can be consistent with your training because you're not constantly hurting yourself with easily preventable protocols.
Absolutely. Awesome. Great. Our last one, 5th reason why I should mobilize daily is to get personal records, personal bests, and to make gains. Could you delve more into that as well? I
think this applies to everyone in some degree or another, but I like to take the most extreme example as just to really drive the point home. You take the desk jockey. Okay, they already can't squat very well, their hips are tight, their upper back is tight, the shoulders are tight. Okay, now we ask them to do a snatch, and let's just say we're not a very good coach. And we say, hey, let's put 30 kg on that bar, let's just see what your squat snatch looks like, right? And then we get them to do it, and oh, it's terrible. They can't squat real deep, their shoulders are forward, their position is very poor, right? And we're like, whoa, okay, don't do that. Okay, here's what we're gonna do, is we're gonna focus on the positions that we need in order for you to get better at that. Whether it's you're working on your squatting mechanics, your thoracic spine, your shoulder mechanics, all these things. We address it for 3 months. No snatch work whatsoever. We come back 3 months later, we try it again, and we get a PR. Let's just put 10, 15 kg on the bar extra. Was that a direct result of any strength training or any skill work? No, it was a direct result of opening up positions that are more beneficial for what it is that we're trying to accomplish, right? And that's kind of like an extreme example, but I've seen it happen.
Absolutely.
I've seen it happen within myself. I've increased my snatch 15, 20 kg when I took a break, focused on flexibility, came back, no strength training in that specific skill whatsoever, and I was able to do 10, 15 kg more.
Absolutely.
And that's, like I said, I think that speaks for itself. But yeah, if you can develop more strength and more range and a bigger range of motion, you're gonna see PRs. It's just gonna happen.
Absolutely.
Gonna make gains.
Great. So these were the reasons why you should mobilize daily. Our members have the opportunity to be part of a project led by Stephen. Could you speak more about that? So the classes that we offer.
Oh yeah. So 3 times per week I offer these like functional movement classes. The name's still kind of up in the air, but basically what it is the movements that you don't see in class typically we address a little bit more. So we really focus on the functional patterns that you will be using in class, but we also work on increasing range of motion all over the body, the squat, the spine, the shoulders. We work on balance. And we work on core. It was very important.
Super important.
But all the things that I've listed, we address in the class, and I think it's highly beneficial. It's a way for you to learn some things and exercise some positions that you don't normally get to exercise and work on in a led manner. So I think it provides a lot of value.
I'm definitely going. I'm looking forward to this class.
Good. Awesome. Awesome.
Good.
Would it be cool if I gave some actionable steps?
Yeah.
Definitely for these guys?
Absolutely, that would be a great takeaway.
Okay, so a takeaway for you guys is the simplest thing you can do is after a workout, give yourself 5-10 minutes max. If it's a leg day, squat day, just give your quads, give your hips, give your ankles a little bit of love, just a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. If it's upper body day, give your upper back, maybe your shoulders, just a little bit of love, 5-10 minutes. And if it's just an all-around day, then just whatever is ailing you at the moment, whatever you feel needs a little bit of love that particular day. I think that's a simple takeaway to address or to apply to any training day.
Yeah. Awesome. Great. Thank you so much for passing by. I know we were right next to each other.
Yeah, I walked the whole 3 feet.
Thank you so much for being part of this.
Thank you.
And I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yes, sir. Always a pleasure.
And one more thing, guys, be sure to like and subscribe, and you can follow Stephen at Hightower Fitness?
Hightower_coach.
Hightower_coach on Instagram, at Coach Sad on Instagram. Like and subscribe our Coastal Fitness YouTube page, and see you next time.